up, beautiful people? It is your baby mama, favorite baby mama, Stormy P. And this is another episode of Chocolate Chip and Sip, the modern day female perspective. Damn, son, back at it again. Boom. Okay, guys. You know, Seven, you did not have to let out that big ass growl, okay? But I come to you this week, guys, honest, open, and hopefully you will be understanding, all right? I have something to share with you guys. And I really went back and forth about if I was going to tell this story or not. And I know Shad is probably going to kill me. But I just got out of a 6-year relationship. I know. Shad is back there spazzing. Shad, can you? You're not on the mic. They can't hear you. Yeah, I just got out of a 6-year relationship with my waxing technician. Yeah, with my waxing technician. I was so busy laughing at Shad, I forgot to tell you how to joke. But with my waxing technician, so I've been going to the same person for 6 years, y'all. 6 years. And my waxing technician moved to Florida. So, like, I kind of feel like I'm entering the whole, like, I don't want to say dating space because it's not a dating space, but essentially you got to date to find a new waxing technician because it's like, oh my God, now I got to like open up and show somebody else my cootie cat. What?
Same thing with a barber.
This is crazy.
You understand?
I am not ready to open up and show somebody else my cootie cat. Like, and then it's like a vibe. Like I got to find somebody who cut it the way I like or who wax it the way I like. Like it's a thing. Far distance relationship. No, I can't go to a waxing technician who lives in Florida. I cannot. I live in Philly. I'm all for making it work. I'm all for long distance relationships, but I can't make that one work. Okay. And it's really like, you know, starting all over because it's like, I got to find somebody who waxes the way I like. Then I got to make sure like the conversation is good. Like it's really scary.
And you got to give them a minute because they might not be used to your hair.
Exactly. And that's another thing. I'm not going to hold you. Everybody can't wax this grade of hair because I have like a very fine texture. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't always pull the hard wax off. Sometimes you need to pull out the soft wax. Like it is the female equivalent of trying to find a new barber. Like it's hard out here. Fellas, I don't know how y'all do it. I can't. How do y'all just trust people willy-nilly? And then it's like...
We don't. That's why we're not getting married. It's like, nah,
and then it's like... Well, where do you find like a new waxing technician? Like, do you go by word of mouth? Do you go by like...
Why don't you ask him?
Who?
The dude, the boy. Like, yo, do you know anybody that...
Oh, he did recommend somebody. Right. But of course the timing didn't line up the way I wanted it to. So long story short, I finally went out and tried someone else. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, it looked like I had you back in the head like for a really long time. Y'all, I was really trying to wait it out. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do, but I went out and just tried somebody. Y'all, I'm not gonna hold you. If I wasn't gonna be a nun before, I might be a nun now because I can't get comfortable with anybody else to show. And then it's like, I don't know if y'all know this, but every person doesn't wax the same. Like some people will tell you needs the chest. Some people will start you with butterfly. Some people don't go all the way up and get the tail. Yeah, you know. No, you don't know. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But long story short, I'm going through something. Okay. I'm going through something. And if y'all see me a little bit on edge, it's because I'm handling a lot emotionally. Okay. And yeah, if y'all got any tips or any suggestions, let me know. And then another thing is like, now that I am a little bit more popular, I really don't want everybody seeing my cootie cat. So I was struggling. And yeah, that's it.
Every single day we go to an event, and every single time I give this nigga a pep talk about how she a star. But then when it comes to her cootie cat, all of a sudden she pops. Her shit can't be seen by everybody. That's crazy. You just
I don't care.
Mind.
Okay,
cool. I
whatever.
Ain't seen the first episode.
All right, so there's that. All that aside, let's get into some topics, y'all. Also, shout out to Shy, because I know his heart's still beating fast from yeah, man. Like I said, all that aside, let's get into some topics. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it is my favorite time of year. It's getting chilly outside, and you know what that means?
Hoodie season.
'Tis the season not to give them another chance. I'm not playing with y'all. No. Oh, y'all thought I was talking about fall. No, I'm talking about cuffing season, boo love season. I'm talking about wrap under the covers, snuggled up and watching movies. Don't do it with that person. Don't do it with you know who I'm talking about. And I'm not really trying to go back and forth with you because you know who I'm talking about. Remember that girl? You know that girl. Remember that girl who like you had so much fun with and she loved every time you came to help her out or lend her some money or take her on dates?
All right, nigga.
But remember her? Yeah. But she didn't want a relationship.
Chill out.
And I know just because it's getting like chilly outside, you be tempted to hit her up because she been looking real good in her stories, right?
And do.
What you're not paying attention to is that she looks so good, you're not even noticing there's somebody on the other side of that table every time she posts herself out at a restaurant. Yeah. Don't leave shy, come back. And what you laughing at, sis? Ain't nothing too funny. Because remember that guy who would lick you from the rooter to the cooter, but then would turn around and tell you that a relationship is just too much. That's too intimate. Remember him? Yeah, he still don't want a relationship. Don't hit him up. Don't hit him up. And when he hits you up, hit him with the same thing he gave you. That's just a little too much. I'm just trying to see where things go. And have him go to hell, okay? I know that the cooler seasons sometimes causes us to fall back into old habits. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but baby, they ain't changed their mind, okay? They didn't. They finna spin the block and play in your face. Hit you with another drive-by, okay? So
Drive-bys are crazy. Pew pew.
I know it's hard and I know it's tough. And I know 'tis the season, but we ain't giving no second chances. Cut that out, right?
Yeah, but like when you get your hoodie back, it be smelling real good.
Baby, we not giving no hoodies back. What are you talking? Now I know you in delusion. Cause who getting a hoodie back? Nobody.
Pick it up. This smell good.
If you think you getting a hoodie back, you're in further than I thought you were. You really need to seek help. Cause ain't nobody giving no hoodies back. That's the first and last point. And I can't stand. 7, what are you doing? I can't stand when you want certain things from certain people and they'll tell you, oh, it's not you, it's me. Y'all ever heard that before? I know you have. It's not you, it's me. I'm not ready. I just got so much baggage going on. I got so much baggage. No, baby, you got so much bullshit, okay? Because it's bullshit. Because if I was the girl you wanted, or if you were the guy that she wanted, that wouldn't even matter. That don't matter, baby girl, just sign this. Just like Drewski. That don't matter, baby girl, just sign this. That don't even matter. It don't matter, right? And the crazy part about it is, I may be on my own when I say this, right? Hear me out. Just give me a second. Let me cook for a second. Just let it simmer, all right? I may be by myself when I say this, but I don't care if you have baggage. All I'm worried about is, are you going to the gym to make sure you're strong enough to carry it? Now, hear me out, right? If we're being honest, everybody in this world got baggage, all right? You might have a small little carry-on, okay? You might have an oversized, over 50-pound joint that you got to pay a little extra for, okay? Everybody has some form of baggage. Baby, I don't care. I don't care if you have baggage. I just want to make sure you're going to the gym to make sure you're strong enough to carry it, okay? Because maybe that's yours. That's not mine. It's not mine. I can't carry your baggage for you. No, I cannot, okay? And when I say, are you going to the gym to make sure you're strong enough to carry your baggage? Baby, are you going to therapy, okay? Are you going to the gym? Are you practicing self-care? Are you working on you so that your baggage does not accidentally spill out onto me? Now I got thongs and dirty socks and everything all of them. That ain't mine. That ain't my baggage. That's not for me, right? So I feel like a part of growing up, maturing, and really saying I'm ready to be in a relationship. I'm ready to be somebody's husband, be somebody's wife. It's like, yo, at the end of the day, everybody got low baggage. It's not unheard of. Like this is an honest, common thing. Like your baggage may be You still haven't gotten over the death of your goldfish when you were 7. I know. Goldie went down the drain, and I hate that for you. Okay? So you might have something a little bit bigger than that. Yo, baby daddy ain't shit, and now you don't trust men. I know. But what are we doing to deal with these tragedies? What are we doing to deal with this trauma? Are you really working on yourself? Because, like, I can deal with whatever as long as you're dealing with whatever. Like, I can assist you, but baby, I can't carry it for you. That's a little crazy. Hold on now. Hold on. Carolina Cash says, yeah, but listen, some motherfuckers come with so much baggage, you got to charge them like Southwest or Spirit. For real. And you ain't lying. Right? But here's the thing. Do you have the money to pay for the baggage? And I don't mean that monetarily, like, oh, like you got to pay for me X, Y, and Z. I mean, like, bro, are you able to carry it? Like, I understand that you have not dealt with the death of a parent. I understand that you have not dealt with your father not being in your life. That's cool. But what are you doing to get there? All right? Because it can't just be, I have abandonment issues. Okay, and what are you doing to work on it? It can't just be like, I have daddy issues. Okay, and what are you doing for that? What are you doing about that? Because it can't be just telling me. Baby, you need to tell the lady. Tell the therapist. Don't just tell me. Like, what are you doing to work on it? Other than contributing to the ever prevalent amount of piss in the dating pool. Okay? Because not dealing with baggage from your childhood, from previous relationships, from friendships. Because we're not going to skip past friendships. Like, that's not a deal breaker. Breaking up with a friend or having a friend betray you or abandon you is something that needs to be right up there with them daddy and parent issues, because they are very important. Because now I'm paying for trust issues that I ain't really had no part of. Hold on a second. Like,
bitch, who are you?
Like, what the fuck? That ain't got nothing to do with me. So I feel like when we're talking about all these things, it's like I said, man, are you seeking counseling? Are you taking medication? Are you practicing self-care? Like, what are you doing to make sure you're able to carry the baggage? Because like I said, bro, like I can assist you, but I can't carry it solely for you. And at the end of the day, you can't help nobody that don't want to help themselves. So
what's the is it empathize or sympathize?
Empathize means I feel it. Empathize means I feel bad. Sympathize means I feel bad for you, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's a difference between empathize and sympathize, but you get what I'm saying. Hold on. Carolina Cash says, hell no, if they could afford the baggage, they would be on Delta Comfort. Putopian Poppy, your name gonna be Poppy for the rest of the day. I don't know what that says. It says all my life I had to fight. Who is Kaiser Sorze says it's all a loss, almost like dealing with the transition of a loved one. Casket Jack says empathy. Yeah, man. Like I said, like it is. It's the empathize versus sympathize conversation. But at the end of the day, like I said before, like I can help you, but I can't carry it for you. Next, I say all that comes to my next point, right? And this is where I feel like the internet plays tricks on us. Okay. Hey, stay strong, stay true. I feel like sometimes people have a hard time differentiating things that they see on social media and things that are happening in real life. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but there are certain people who believe that, and I'm going to say men and women, there are certain people who believe that a majority of the nation and people in their age group are getting $300 spent on them on a first date. There are certain groups of people who believe that having the standard of, I want a woman with no kids, even though they have 7 kids. They think that those two people are compatible, right? And there are others like on the whole completely different spectrum, right? There are others who believe that you can treat people like shit, okay, and still somehow deserve, maintain, and keep a good partner. And I know this going to sound crazy, and some of y'all gonna be like, what, that don't make no fucking sense. Like, well, you know, common sense ain't common, but you know, I digress. I say all that to say, I feel like I just want to set a few things straight. Because if you're believing any of those things that I just said, we need to have a conversation. Okay? And regardless of where you fall on that spectrum, I feel like at some point we need to get back to being problematic, immature, narcissistic. That's easy. That's nothing. That's fucking nothing. Okay? Being problematic, immature, narcissistic, that's easy. That is nothing. You know how easy it is to just go pop a nigga's tires because he ain't answering the phone, okay? Do you know how easy it is to upload someone's intimate photos because they decided they didn't want to put up with your shit no more? Do you know how easy it is to put somebody on blast and put all their dirty laundry on Al Gore's internet simply because you two are having a riff? Being problematic, immature, and narcissistic is easy. However, moving like an emotionally intelligent adult, oh baby, that's hard. That's hard. That is hard. Moving like an emotional, intelligent adult, hard. Like having the strength to look at a situation and say, I was wrong. Oh my God. Having the strength to literally part your lips. And I don't even got big lips. Part your lips. I was wrong. I could have handled that better. I see where you're coming from. Baby, I don't think you understand the strength that takes. It takes zero effort to knock somebody's windows out. It takes zero effort to knock somebody's teeth out if you're good enough.
But boy, okay? Is it fun.
It is fun. But having the strength to be like, yo, that was corny of me. What? Having the courage to say, you're right. I see where you're coming from. That's hard. That's hard in today's society, especially because the chances of you getting that same respect back has become so slim. So much so that, like, self-consciously it'll have you doubting yourself. Like, wait, am I being stupid? Like, do I have to be the bigger person? Because I know 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to get it back. Like, having the strength to still step out and be like, I don't really care what you do. I know I'm a good person and I know this is the right thing to do. Baby, that's not common nowadays. You can't get that from everybody. Everybody is not going to grant you that same courtesy. So it's like, when I say being immature, narcissistic, problematic, that is easy. Moving like an emotionally intelligent adult and like having the courage to say like, yeah, I can take accountability. I take accountability for that. That ain't for everybody. And if you don't believe me, turn around and look at how many people have fallen out with other people. And it could have all been prevented with just that one conversation. Yo, bro, you right. Damn, I do owe you that money. That was wild of me to then take another trip to Miami right after. Like, small things like that. I'll pay you back. Small things like I wanted to pay you back, but I didn't have the funds. So I chose to ignore you instead. That was wrong of me. I apologize. Let me make it right. You know how many friendships could have been saved with just that right there? At least one person, you know, for sure. Like, it's really harder than you think. Outfit says raw accountability unlocks a whole new superpower. Come on, somebody. Come on. Yes. Yes. Put option Poppy says Avenger level of strength. You ain't never lied. Who is Kaiser Sauce says it's not hard. You just have to be ready and able to deal with the consequences. Baby. There are people who haven't spoke to their siblings in decades because they weren't even able to have that conversation. So I can't say it's not hard because in today's society, it is. Because the chances of you getting that back, it's not going to be easy. Hey, Ada, not going to be easy, right? And I feel like that A word that y'all know I like to bring up, Put option Poppy says, took my ex 7 years of radio silence to come out and apologize for what she's done. Exactly. Do you think the reason folks don't take accountability is because of shame for their faults and having to reassess their entire life? Absolutely. Like, I wasn't joking when I said that shit takes strength. Like, do you know how hard it is to look at yourself in particular and just be like, yeah, I fucked up. But until you get to that point, you are not going to get better. Not going to be better. Marquez G says, me and my sister don't get along because she lacks accountability. And stand on that boundary until she do. Because things will not get better until she do. On my mom, they will not. Alpha says, on the contrary, accountability is for everybody. They flat out choose not to do that or tap into that because of a wild result they have in their mind. Hey, Sugarfoot. If you lack accountability, I think it comes from a few different places. But if you lack accountability to me, I honestly can't have you within a certain level of proximity to me because accountability is very important, especially being an entrepreneur. Because at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, something go wrong, it's going to be your fault and could have been prevented. Like, or if you can't acknowledge the part that you played in that or how you could have been counterproductive, like, it's not going to work for me. It's not going to work for me. Shot by Deli Dell says, society allows people to lack accountability and play victim. Society as a whole, like that's where we are. Yes. But as far as interpersonal, no, because you will find circles of people, usually successful people, who are fine with accountability, usually married people who are fine with accountability, because having that accountability and holding yourself and everybody else to a certain standard is how you maintain quality. Okay. Maintain quality. Shot by Deli Dell says, some people never want to admit they are wrong. And that's the problem. Absolutely right. Right. And not only are they not going to admit they're wrong, they're going to turn around and play the victim. They then are going to turn around and play the victim. Never mind, I didn't study for that test, okay? When I was on my way here, I missed the red light and it pushed my time back 5 minutes. And that's why I couldn't get into the class on time to properly prepare to look over my notes to study for the test. And that's why I failed it. Nigga, if you would have studied a day or two before, you would have been fine. But you chose not to. You was standing on the couches in the club acting like a drug dealer, remember? No, you don't remember that? That's not important? Oh, that's not important. Oh, okay, my bad. Because I thought you're being accountable. Silly me. So silly me. And when we talk about accountability, I feel like no place lacks it more than all of our favorite places to visit. No, the dating pool. The dating pool. I feel like there is not a lesser resource of accountability than in the dating pool, because playing victim is way more fun. Right? Yeah. Because I feel like when we think about the worst date or the worst person that we've dated within the last 3 years, right? 9 times out of 10, if you ask them what went wrong, they're not going to say it themselves. They're going to say something you did and something they reacted to. Or they're going to say that you chose to stand on a boundary that was completely understandable. But now that you chose to stand on it, you no longer serve the purpose in their life anymore. So now they have a problem with it. So yeah, you can't take advantage of me no more. That's not gonna work. Okay, yeah, no, we'll need to talk no more. Nigga, what? How? Right? I feel like if we're factoring accountability, right? I have a tip. Little tip. Nothing too spicy, right? Pro tip. If you think the dating pool has piss in it, stop going to the community pool. Yeah, it's that simple. It's that simple. If you think the dating pool has piss in it, stop going to the community pool, right? Yeah, you know the community pool I'm talking about. Every city, state, country has one, okay? You know exactly the community pool I'm talking about. You know the ones that just let anybody in. It'd be like guys in there with socks on in the pool. Yeah. The girls, they be having their tracks and tampons floating all on the surface. It's just, you know the community pool that I'm talking about. When you walk in, you just smell a lot of chlorine. A lot of chlorine. Also, sidebar. Did you know that when you go to a pool and you smell a bunch of chlorine, it's because it's a bunch of piss in the pool? Yeah. Google it. I'm not joking. Google it. If you go to a pool and you smell a bunch of chlorine, it's because it's a bunch of piss in it. It's the chlorine reacting with the piss. Yeah. I promise you. Google it. I know. Listen to me. Listen to me. If you go to a pool and you smell a bunch of like urine, it's because the chlorine is reacting with the urine. And it's like, that's what the smell is. Shop by Deli Dell says, no, it's everywhere, not just the community pool. Because if there's something I don't know about, I need to know. Thank you so much for saying that. Let me enlighten you, right? What you need to do is start going to the pools that have better standards, better regulations. Country club, gated community. Start going to those pools. You know, the pools that you got to have wristband to get into. Key card, lanyard, something. Okay? Start going to those pools. Yeah. I really like the pools where you got to have a wristband. And I feel like we should start having colors. Like, some pools you go to, it's like, oh, okay, cool. People are here, fine. We're chilling. There are vibes. Start going to the pools that require wristbands, like a therapy wristband. Yeah. Are you in therapy? Do you see a therapist? Do you talk to somebody? Like, does it go outside your group chat? Okay. Does it go outside of your SoundCloud raps? Okay. Do you talk to somebody? It's a yellow wristband. You got a yellow wristband? You got one? No? Okay. You got red? Okay. That's the primary care physician wristband. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's the one. Okay. If you don't have a primary care physician wristband, baby, you don't have me. We can't talk. We can't speak. There's nothing to discuss. All right. You have to have a primary care physician wristband. All right. It's very important. It's very important. My favorite one would have to be the blue one. Okay. That's for emotional intelligence. Okay. Do you know when you're upset not to just shut down and not speak? Do you? Okay. That's the blue one. I need y'all to have that one. Okay. When you're upset, happy, or indifferent about something, do you know how to communicate it? All right. Because that's what I need to know. Do you have the emotional intelligence wristband? Okay. Stop saying the dating pool has piss in it and stop going to the community pool. Baby, stop going to the public pool. Okay. Find you a gated community. All right. Go to a place that has standards, boundaries, requirements, okay? Because you're never going to be happy if you don't. And honestly, I'm not saying that you're automatically going to find your partner at these gated community pools, but you'll enjoy swimming a little bit more. I promise you that, okay? Not having to worry about if you're going to come up with a Band-Aid stuck on the back of your neck because somebody took one out of it. It's a little bit of comfort, okay? I promise you'll enjoy your experience a lot more. Okay.
You gotta have standards.
You gotta have standards.
You gotta have coof, Niggas don't have no shame. You ain't got the shame badge.
The shame wristband. We need the shame wristband. We need the coof wristband. Yeah, okay. We need the financial stability wristband. All right. We need all of it. We need all of it. Okay.
It seemed like you were raised by somebody who had sense.
Yes. 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 Absolutely. This Legacy Magic says, I hate when they say, well, people like what they like, but get mad every day messing with the same type of people. And this is what I mean, right? And fellas, don't come for me. Don't come for me. But I have an honest question. Okay? I have an honest question, right? How come, or explain to me, right, the process of when you're trying to impress a woman, leading with your pockets, and then turning around and calling her a gold digger because she expects the money that you were putting out when leading with your pockets. That makes sense to y'all? Did that make sense to y'all? Like, how does that take me down that journey? Okay. Because I have seen multiple men, when they are beginning to date someone, wine and dine them, right? And then get mad when the woman expects that same treatment throughout the course of their interactions, right? Now I want to say a few things. Hear me out, right? There is a difference between getting to know somebody, love bombing, and tricking on somebody, all right? And I feel like I take that back. There's a difference between tricking on somebody and courting somebody, right? And there's also a difference between trying to impress someone with funds that you don't have access to on the regular and just wanting to enjoy yourself, right? You're being a fucking goofy goober, okay? If you know your pockets don't extend to that duration on a constant rate, why are you trying to spend money like you do? Is it because you think you don't deserve her and you're trying to impress her by overcompensating with your pockets? Is it because you think she doesn't really like you? Well, baby, if you are constantly spending money on her, she's going to expect you to constantly spend money on her. Because honestly, if you don't, now I feel like I've been betrayed. I'm confused. Marquez G says, also, I think that spending money you don't have is a foolish thing. Spending money you don't have makes you a goofy goober. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. I have never understood the thought process of spending money that you don't have. Now, let's be clear. The problem is not overspending on women. I take that back. The problem is not spending a lot of money on women. The problem is overspending because you don't have it like that. The problem is not spending money on women. The problem is overspending on women when you don't have it like that. Now she's a gold digger. How? I have never understood that.
Or you're spending money with the sole purpose of getting something that you know you shouldn't.
Yes. Oh my God, Shad, yes. Or you feel like because you spent X amount of dollars on her, she owes you X amount of pussy.
Same thing with women. Don't leave with the pussy and think I'm gonna wife you.
What?
Like, that's weird. Like,
What?
That's super weird. Like, we don't do that.
What it was? Workman9010 says the problem is just be honest with yourself and the other person. This is Lay says Groupon will solve the overspending problem. Baby, y'all be fucking sleeping on
Just
Groupon.
do the right thing. You know?
And they be having the coolest stuff on Groupon.
When you do stupid things, you get stupid prizes, bro. Or no pussy, whatever.
Who is Kaiser so says, I think there's an expectation of some sort of reciprocity. Speaking from a courting perspective, at the end of the day, every man is going to spend money. The issue is, do I feel used? This is real. No man wants to feel like an ATM and no woman wants to feel like a piece of meat. All right. So the key is just finding the balance between the two. Like if you have somebody that is making you feel one way or the other, 9 times out of 10, I don't care how fine they are, they just might not be a good fit for you. And having the emotional intelligence to stand up and say, yo, you fine as shit, but you ain't for me. Good luck on your journey. That's cool. Let's not waste no more time. That is fine with me.
I don't want to.
But I don't wanna. And I'm not going to dig on your ass too much. Pause, no D. I'm not going to dig in your ass too much, fellas. Right? But yes, we were going to discuss how is it that when you spend money on a girl, it's fine, but then when she expects the money, she's a gold digger. Yes, we tackle that, right? But I feel like we also have to discuss, ladies, Is it that men only want sex? Or is that all you have to offer? I know. Oh my God. Oh, she's a pick me. I know. I know. Darn it. I know. Here we go. Come on. I know. This is a serious question, right? Is it that men only want sex, or is that all you have to offer? Right?
Offered. Like, is that it?
I feel like this is a good point. Or is that all that you've offered thus far? Right? And I know you're like, oh, I want to offer sex so quick. Listen to me. When y'all have conversations, are you actually the one being spicy? When y'all met, right? Were you in a provocative situation that caused him to feel like she might not be a good mother to my kids? It might be because she's dancing for dollars in the middle of this bar, but she isn't a stripper. You know what? I don't know if the way she's moving is a qualities that I want in my wife.
Are you going to survive the post-nut clarity?
Yeah. And I feel like if you happen to meet a man and you are dressed like you were at the beach, but you are in the middle of a lounge, right? Ask yourself, is it that men only want sex, or is that what you have offered thus far? Right? If, right, you happen to be a little bit more clever with your innuendos and he's just simply reciprocating the energy, why then turn... You know what, ladies? Hold on, because this right here, I've actually had 3 of my male friends tell me about this week, which pisses me off, right? So say you and old boy talking and he makes a suggestion of he makes some type of suggestion about you coming over to chill. You and old boy are talking. And he says something about you coming over to chill and you agree, right? Later on that night, or maybe even at his house, you then turn around and say, yeah, well, I just feel like all you want is sex. Like you didn't even offer to take me on a date or anything. Baby, you didn't require him to. No? Y'all don't see the disconnect there? Okay?
Like, why would I?
Why would he feel like he had to? Can we start there? Can we start there? Instead of saying you didn't, why did he feel comfortable enough to feel like he didn't have to? And before you say, oh, well, they only going to do what's worked for them in the past. Yeah. And when he said, you saying you want to come over and chill and check a bub, catch a bub, you could have promptly said, oh my God, I would love to spend some time with you. I was actually thinking about trying out this new coffee shop. Or like, hey, like if you're down, it's actually a nice new trail that just opened up. I would love to take a walk for you this weekend if you have time. Baby, why? Why are we putting all of the responsibility on him and making it seem like it's all his fault and he's the only one who was trying to slutting you out? Is that really what's taking place? Or did you not set any boundaries so he just came through with his? You ain't give him no objection. I'm confused. And then you try to guilt the man and make it seem like it's his fault. You had ample opportunity to set what your boundaries were. You still went to his house. I'm confused. Marquez G says, yeah, we know what women to try that on. I did not treat my queen that way. And I think that's a very good point. Men know who to pull that stuff on. All right. Because just like you will have a woman who say, every guy that I run into, he only wants to have sex. You'll run into another female who says, yo, every guy that I run into takes me on a date. You see, watch this. You see, like men are only going to do what you allow. And I feel like, especially in the age of consent, men are only going to do what you allow. Why do people feel like they can play with you like that? Accountability. Do you have it? Like, yes or no? Yes or no?
Accountability.
Listen, there's that A word we're always running from. and not anal. It's accountability. Do you have it? Okay.
Sure about that?
Because 9 times out of 10, you just put option Poppy says waxed. Crying. Frodo 12 says Stormy speaking facts. Juice 111 says reality is communication is all messed up. Put option Poppy says, can you survive my post nut clarity? That's a bar. Don't encourage him, please. Yo, please do not encourage him.
Matter of fact, it's time to wrap it up.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into our edible portion of the show. So we actually did something different today. I didn't put up a prompt, but if y'all have a question that y'all want to ask, just type it in the bar today. We're going to run it like this. Yeah, it is what it is. But if you have a question and it's not on the day that we record, you can always email inquiries@stormypea.com. Or if you have a story or something to share that's a little bit longer, you can just email inquiries@stormypea.com. So while y'all get your questions together earlier, someone had asked, how's your dating life been? Bruh, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, right? So I have made the effort to uphold boundaries and not go to community pools, not go to the public pool like we were talking about earlier. But if I'm being completely honest, right, y'all, I have become like, and I feel like we talked about this before, that person who like is just sitting in their living room waiting for their future husband to break in and come find them. So for September, I have been gearing myself up and getting prepared to go outside. If it doesn't include like supporting one of my friends' business or me working, like actually going outside for me. Okay. And I haven't been drinking during the whole month. I haven't been like smoking. I've been like waking up early, doing my devotion. And I've been really trying to get the strength to go outside, y'all. So stay tuned. I'm going to try. And then when I say go outside, I mean like actually go outside and, I don't want to say look for somebody, but not be in my little corner hoping no one speaks to me beyond, hey, I know you from Instagram, or hey, I listen to your podcast. So yeah, I'm going to try. I'm trying, y'all. I'm going to try. This is Lace said, your husband is at the Star Wars Academy. You know, I'm not going to lie. All the guys over there are really great, but I've known all of them since about high school. So I doubt it. Maybe it's like one of their friends or something, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. Marquez G said, heard you was at Alyssa's show. Hey, I missed you. It was so good too. Oh my God. Let me scroll up. Every human is responsible for what they put out. I think that was probably going back to our previous conversation. Hold on, I'm gonna scroll back down. Give me a second. Ain't no rush. You move when you're comfortable. No, he's at Comic-Con in LA next week. Is Comic-Con LA next week? I gotta look into that. I don't think I knew that. I can see we're at the Jedi Knight. Why? You know, and another thing, right? I feel like another thing that aids me in my, also, if y'all got questions, put them right here so I can read them before you keep going. I feel like another thing that's been very interesting, because we like family, we like cousins, I can tell y'all, right? Another thing that's been very interesting is to me, like, I feel like once I stopped cosplaying as a bad bitch, I became so much happier. Like, my life just became so much like lighter, if that makes sense. And when I say cosplaying as a bad bitch, like, I feel like I have gone to a mentally gifted or magnet school my whole life, right? So I've literally been a nerd my whole life, but I haven't really, I feel like it was kind of the same journey with my natural hair. Like, feeling comfortable enough to wear my natural hair outside is equivalent to feeling comfortable enough to being a nerd in public, like, and like sharing with my platform, like, yo, bro, I do cosplay and I do fabricate and I'm actually kind of good. Like, or I am into Power Rangers heavy as fuck. Like, I feel like once I took off my bad bitch mask and really started being myself, not only did I feel lighter, but maybe I just made myself even more open for my husband to finding me. So yeah, we're going to keep our fingers crossed about that too. Put option Poppy says, What's your hoodie collection average these past few seasons? You know, I'm not gonna lie. I actually was asking myself this the other day, and I really sat down to reflect like, yo, do I want a boyfriend or do I just want more hoodies? And honestly, honestly, I'm not gonna hold y'all. My hoodie collection is going down also because my son is 12 and we like the same size now. So now he's stealing my hoodies. Men, I know how y'all feel.
I feel.
Men, I know how y'all feel and I don't like it. I don't like it, all right? Do you know the anguish I feel inside every time he walks?
The nerve to look good on him?
Bruh, every time he walks in my room with my hoodie on, looking fire, the fit be fire. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
From somebody else.
Man, I know how y'all feel. I'm so sorry. I apologize. And from the bottom of my heart, if I have ever taken a hoodie from you, a t-shirt from you, some drawers from you, I apologize, man. Like,
Cap.
I didn't know what it felt like, but I do now, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
You ain't sorry you caught.
Man, it's karma. It is
bitch.
karma for sure.
No diddy.
And like y'all know, I don't dress like a girl all the time. Like I be like comfy. This nigga be comfy too, and it's just stressing me out. Stressing me out. I put option Poppy says I got my shit vaulted. I'm crying. Thank you, Cinco. He said the natural curls look great though. Appreciate you. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, I was scrolling up and down. Blurred1701 says, what are the main traits you look for in a man? You know, tune in. Episode YouTube. Honestly, if you thought I was going to get up here and be one of those girls like, yo, you gotta make 6 figures and you gotta drive this type of car. Like, bro, are you strong enough to carry my bag when I gotta go to these Comic-Cons and events? Okay. Are you? All right. Are you going to love me when I come home sore because I accidentally got hit with one of the lifesavers? All right. Like, I be worried about some other stuff. Do we like each other? Let's start there. Do we like each other? Do we like hanging out with one another? Can we make each other laugh? All right. At the end of the day, when we've had stressors from the left and right, am I the first person you want to come home and talk to? That's what I want.
Can we be friends? I'm big on friendship.
Not even trying to be funny. Can we be friends? Do you like me for real? Like, do you like me or do you like how I make you feel?
Together.
Yeah. It was good meeting you at Ranger Station too, Blurred1701. Thank you, King Scuba. Put option Poppy says, don't give away the game. Workman 9010 says, yep. All right, guys. Yeah, I feel like let's talk about what we learned today. First, I just got out a 6-year relationship with my waxing technician. And now I'm having a hard time trusting my cootie cat with anyone else. All right. It's already started as a quite the journey to find, you know, my next technician. So there's that. Next, it's getting chilly outside and 'tis the season not to give them another chance. Okay. We are not going back and forth with what's her face and what's her name, because you know what? They still don't want you. And I'm gonna be honest. Everybody ain't gonna tell you that. Everybody gonna tell you that. They like the perks that come with you, but they still don't want you. You wanna know how I know? Because they only came around because the temperature dropped a little bit. Okay. They was bored. The other person they really wanted started playing in their face, and then they came back to old reliable. All these reasons. All these reasons, right? No, we not letting nobody spin a block, all right? No, especially not without proven improvement, okay? Have they showed you that they are genuinely interested in you now? Have they put forth effort? Have they listened to any of the things you said? No, all right? They just want to bump bellies and do the no pants stand. Stop playing. Stop playing, all right? Please. Next, we talked about, I don't really care if you come with baggage. I just want to make sure you're going to the gym to make sure you're strong enough to carry the baggage. What do I mean by that? All right. Going to the gym means, are you going to therapy? Are you working on yourself? Okay. Are you practicing self-care. All right. What are you doing to yourself? Or that sounded crazy. What are you doing for yourself to make sure you're capable of carrying your baggage? Being problematic, immature, and narcissistic is easy. Moving like an emotionally intelligent adult is hard. All right. We talked about this. Popping somebody's tires takes zero effort. Okay. Putting somebody's bank card on Al Gore's internet takes zero effort. All right. Having the courage to stand up and say to someone, you know what? I could have handled that better. Hard. Okay. Having the accountability to say, I see where I could have handled things better. Hard. Okay. Having the strength to say, you know what? I'm going to have this conversation with him, but they might not have a mature adult conversation back with me. Hard. Okay. All these things are hard, but it's worth it. Another pro tip, if you think the dating community has piss in the pool, it's probably because you're going to the community pool. All right. We're going to start going to pools that have better standards, boundaries, ones that you need a wristband to get into, like one for therapy, one for a primary care physician, one for emotional intelligence, financial stability. Like, what are the requirements to get into the pool that you're visiting? We need to talk about that. What are the requirements to get into the pool that you're visiting? All right. That's where you're going to enjoy your swim. Okay. Make sure they have some, because that's where you're going to enjoy your swim. And yeah, lastly, we talked about, is it that men only want sex, or is it all that you've been offering? And, ladies, I know conversations like this always come off a little hard because you jump to control me and pick me. But I feel like some type of accountability has to take place here. Like, is that all that men have to offer, or is that all that you made it seem like was required? Like, did you make him take you on a date or for a walk, or did you go to his house?
Have to ask.
No, honestly, I feel like
if you have to ask, it's an issue.
If you have to ask, I won't say that, because if women aren't requiring it, then men aren't going to do it. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, did you enforce that you wanted to go for a walk or go on a date? Or did you go to his house for the first link? Like, when he offered it, did you have a counter offer? Or did you just go? Because just going and then telling him that you feel like he only want to fuck, that's corny. That's kind of corny. You know what I mean? So yeah. And yeah, man, my message is always going to be the same. Follow me on the gram at Stormy PEA at Chocolate Chip and Sip. And if you don't remember anything else, please remember you need a wristband. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Peace.